And just like that, here we are. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, dear friends. Wait a second, I have to change my background. You're getting to see the real background. This is the TBTB office, folks. But you know what? Because we are in another place, let us go right here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope all is well and that you are having a wonderful Thursday. My name is Nicholas Vaselli. I am the artistic director of Theater Breaking Through Barriers. And guess what, folks? We are coming to you live, as live can be, from deep inside the heart of the Thunderdome in glorious Midtown Manhattan. And on behalf of all of our artists, I want to cordially welcome each and every one of you to Theater Breaking Through Barriers 6th Virtual Playmakers Intensive, or VPI 6 Star Changers. Oh, I don't know. I know every night all I have are superlatives because really my cup runneth over, everyone. We are so incredibly blessed to have such an incredibly talented group of artists. And we have been, because of that, able to create brand new original short plays that have never been seen before. They're all works in progress. And 3 weeks ago, they didn't exist. And now you're getting to see the work for the first time right here. So we are so incredibly thrilled with that. And we've had a really wonderful run so far. We're just about approaching the halfway point because this is a 2-week, 15-day intensive, 15 plays, 15 days. So tonight, Thursday, we have a really great play for you. Of course, why would we not? This play was written by, well, you have to know this artist because you've had the opportunity to see her perform, and you've seen her many times, but she is an amazing writer. And so now tonight you're going to be able to sample her gift as a writer. The play is called In Grief and in Praise, and it is written by the amazing Estrella Tamez. So we're very excited about that. The play was directed by, okay, how's this for an interesting flip-flop? And I promise you, it all came in randomly when we were drawing names out of hats. The other night, you got to see a play by Carmon Marshall, and Estrella happened to be in that play. Well, tonight, Carmon Marshall is directing Estrella's play. How's that for a mind blower? And if that's not exciting enough, the cast, Lori Brown-Niang, Dante, now Dante, please forgive me. Is it Jayce or Jayce? I believe it's just Jayce, but you'll correct.
It's Jayce. It rhymes with ace.
How better can you say it? Dante the Ace Jayce. How about that? And Patrick J. O'Hare. So we are going to have a really wonderful show tonight. Before we begin, we like to do a little audio description for the benefit of all of those who have tuned in that really can't see us, so that you'll have a chance to get to know all of the artists, who's playing whom, and what they look like. So without any further ado, dear artists, please describe yourselves.
My name is Lori Brown-Niang, and I will be playing the role of Denise. I am a middle-aged African-American woman with high cheekbones and almond-shaped eyes. I have dark brown shoulder-length hair that is done up in box braids with a colorful headband to use to keep the braids off my face. I am wearing a black long-sleeve t-shirt, tunic, and blue jeans. My virtual background is a visual artist studio with paintings, half-painted, blank canvases, all that mucky-muck, and large windows.
My name is Patrick J. O'Hare. I will be playing the part of Paul Ryan. I am a heavy-set middle-aged man, white, with brown hair and blue eyes. I am wearing glasses. I am wearing a blue shirt and blue jeans. The shirt has a collar. My virtual background is a bookshelf in the back filled with books, and a couch to the left, and a chair and a side table to the right.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dante Jayce. I'm playing Jude Grace. I'm a white person, a white man in my 30s. I have long brown hair, brown eyes, a long brown goatee. I am wearing a red sweatshirt, and my background says Jude Grace, spiritual life coach, in a rainbow-shaped arc above my head with two lotus flowers symbols to each side of me.
Thank you, artists. Oh my goodness, this is going to be great. So ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, everyone out there, without any further ado, please let us present to you Estrella Tamez's In Grief and in Praise.
Hey, hello? Is anyone there? Hey, Jude? Jude? Mr. Doctor? Mr. Grace? Is he a fucking doctor? Life coach. Damn it, Sarah, for making me do this. You're in a rut, sis. You need to find your muse again, sis. Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm Paul. You're not Jude Grace. This is a joke, right? Okay, right. Sure, babe. Yeah, I'm on with the spiritual life coach.
Are you going to tell me who you are, or do I need to virtually slap your face, buddy? This is my Zoom call.
No need to resort to violence. You haven't explained who you are, lady.
Well, I'm the woman whose Zoom call you are on. Now get the hell off.
This is a birthday gift from my husband, and you're about to get your grouchy ass virtually handed to you.
Oh, now listen here, mister.
I will not be intimidated by one more angry, aggressive woman.
Who you calling aggressive, you creepy Zoom crasher?
You're a hateful beast. I can't believe...
Egotistical racist.
Now wait a goddamn minute. Nobody calls me a racist.
And no one calls me a dog kicker. I happen to love animals.
Lady, you better apologize right now.
I am sorry that you're a racist. Now you apologize.
I'm not a racist. Do I assume you're homophobic?
Oh, you can assume if you're an asshole.
Hello, friend. You must be Denise M. Thank you for being here. My name is Jude Grace.
Dr. Mr. Whatever the hell you are, you need to eject this man from this meeting.
Man? I'm sorry, I don't see... let me adjust my settings. Oh, my. Sir, you are?
Paul Ryan.
Ah, la, 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 la. Oh, we don't use last names here. Paul R.
Please tell this woman that this is my time slot.
I won this basket at my daughter's school. And if I don't keep this appointment, my sister Sarah will never leave me alone about it. And I want my sister to leave me alone. So I don't think so, little man.
Who are you calling a little man?
Friends, please. I don't believe in accidents. I believe you're here together for a reason. Can we talk about this?
Yeah.
Let's get it over with.
Oh, this is great. It's really exciting when the unexpected happens. Do you have any questions before we begin?
Just one.
Only one?
What exactly is a life coach? You just didn't want to go further and get that therapist license?
I believe that was 2 questions.
You know what, Paul? Here's 2.
Friends, I think we need to take a deep breath. Yes. Now you two. Come on. Again. Again. Slower. There. Great. How do you both feel?
Wow. I feel good, calmer.
I feel surprisingly good. Wow.
It's good practice to stop and breathe deeply when you can. We live in a city that is in constant motion. To answer your question, Denise, I pursued spiritual life coaching because through my martial arts practice, I began to notice a shift in my life when my thinking and attitude changed. I wanted people to experience this new peace and self-awareness I was feeling. As much as I believe the past shapes us, the present and future define us. My goal is to help you achieve your future goals.
Reach our future goals? How?
Let's take a look at the questionnaire I sent you both. Paul, you're a writer, and you've been experiencing a creative block.
That's putting it mildly.
Denise, you're a visual artist,
I paint, I draw.
and you've been experiencing a similar creative block.
Yes, and I have an art show coming up that I'm supposed to have new pieces for, and I got zilch, nada.
And my publisher is waiting for a new book, and I have absolutely zero idea of what the hell I'm going to do. You're going to magically remove our blocks?
No. You're both going to magically remove your blocks.
Well, ding, 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 Doc. Thanks for healing me. Wow. Whew, that was fast. Now I can go paint 50 art pieces.
Right, and I better go write that bestseller.
I know it's not how we're accustomed to thinking, but yes, it really is that easy to remove a block, to reach for a higher thought than that then begins to change your life.
Oh, really? Then why isn't the world perfect and wonderful and
Free from crime and hate.
Because of old habits, fear, and self-doubt. As a society, aren't we used to living with that?
Yeah, I don't have time for this fool head up in the clouds nonsense, baloney. I'm sorry, but this is just too
Out of your comfort zone?
not based in reality.
I'm sorry, Doc, but I have to agree with Denise on this.
So, what is your reality? Seriously, friends, what is your reality? And I'm not a doctor, by the way.
Yes, we're painfully aware.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry.
It sounds like you're both in a place you don't want to be, and you have aspirations for where you'd like to go. Let's get you there. What have you got to lose?
Other than precious time.
And money?
You're here now. If at the end you're not convinced, then you never have to see me again. Your sessions are both paid for, after all.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll try.
Oh, great. Now we can begin. Buckle up, kids. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
What?
Just a little life coach humor. Never mind. Alrighty, here we go.
Oh, dear God.
I promise I'll listen without judgment, give you feedback to guide you, empower you, and give you techniques so you can achieve your goals. What I need from you is, yes, Paul?
Can I use the bathroom?
You're a grown man asking to use the bathroom? Come on, man.
Yes, Paul, you don't need to ask me. You can just excuse yourself.
Excuse me. I'm going to the bathroom.
While we wait for Paul, Denise, let me ask you, are you from the area originally?
Born and raised in the Bronx. I actually live in my childhood home, which my family was the second African-American family on the block, way back before I was born.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Is that him going to the bathroom?
Let's talk about what is your idea of making the world, your world, a better place?
Well, there's only one answer to that. Ending systemic racism. It's built into the system, and I'm just tired of people making assumptions about me just by looking at me. Then when they find out that I'm from the Bronx, you know.
Yeah, that's very frustrating and so unfair.
Mm.
What has been the most frustrating experience that stands out among the rest?
You mean besides the daily racism? It's probably being misunderstood by my family. I just wanted to be creative, paint, draw, sketch. You know what? This is so distracting. The man can't close the damn bathroom door. Crying out loud. Eureka.
I'm back.
Your fly is open.
Oh, dear. Please forgive me. Sorry. Oh, fix that right there. All zipped up again.
Paul, where did you grow up?
Oh, I grew up in Stony Brook, in Suffolk County, but I live in Bay Ridge now, near the Verrazano Bridge.
Isn't that near where they filmed those movies,
Um,
Saturday Night Fever and
yeah,
Saving Lives?
let's not. Let's not.
What I was going to say before Paul's break, friends, is that what I ask of you is just your undivided focus and attention on the work we're doing here. I just want openness, honesty, for you to dig really deep to figure out exactly what you really need and want at this point in your lives. Can you both do that?
Sure thing.
I'm an open book.
What's frustrating you the most?
I can't paint. I'm stuck. Blank canvas.
Same here, except blank pages. My last series won the Caldecott honor, but that was years ago.
Let's explore what was going on in your life at the time you began to write that series.
There was no pandemic, first of all.
I hear that. Oh, excuse me. That's my dinner. I'll be right back. I'm coming.
I mean, life wasn't perfect, but it wasn't apocalyptic either.
Does life feel like an apocalypse now?
Masking up, stocking up, locking down. The last 2 years have been an American nightmare.
I'm sorry, this is not my order. No, it's not what I ordered.
An
I'm
American
saying this is not my
nightmare.
order. This order says Denise. I'm Dennis. I mean, this says Dennis. Oh, please look. This says Dennis. I'm Denise.
I gave up.
I just want my tacos, man. It's Tuesday, and I want my freaking tacos. Yes, Thank you. Please go back and get my correct order, Denise. Thank you. Incompetence. They get my order wrong every single time. They don't know I'm a bad Yelp review. I'm Yelp Elite, baby. 4 years in a row.
Why do you keep ordering from them?
If we could just stay focused. I have another client in about 10 minutes.
Oh, of course, stop. You got my full attention.
That's a good segue. Why do we continue old habits and ways of thinking that no longer serve us?
What else are we supposed to do?
Not settle for someone else's taco order, I'll tell you that much.
Yes, but deeper than that. What is getting in the way of your creativity?
If you really want to know, here in 2022, I still have to deal with all of this racism, and it's just a pain in the neck, constantly, every day. I'm sorry. I just go places with my right friends and will interact with someone who's perfectly nice to them, and they're completely rude to me.
I hear that. I mean, because I'm gay. Keep going. Sorry.
The other day, I walked into the convenience store, got what I needed, got in line. I was the only black person in the line. I watched the employee greet each person, ask them how their day was. Then they said goodbye to them. I got to the counter. They made no eye contact with me. And the only thing they said was, "That's $10.52."
What an actual hell.
And this is the least racist thing I experienced this week. But when they do it in front of my daughter or to my daughter, I'm enraged. When is this sick cycle ever going to stop?
Same thing when my husband and I go out. God forbid we actually show affection in public. There are times when no one cares, but it never feels good to be treated badly.
I get it, friends. I was pushed around as a kid. I suffered silently for a long time. I eventually joined a self-defense class, and martial arts became my way of life. Sadly, in our society, grief is something that we're expected to experience in private. To quote Martine Prechtel, grief expressed out loud for someone we have lost, or a country or home we have lost, is in itself the greatest praise we could ever give them. Grief is praise because it is the natural way love honors what it misses.
My daughter Kaya, she's 16. She comes home telling me about the crap she hears at school.
We need to honor our grief. We can only control ourselves and our responses to the ignorance.
Well, that is easier said than done. Is anyone being racist to you?
I'm saying that I want to give you the tools to rise above, not get consumed by the hate, and channel it into positive things in your life.
Bad dog. No bite. Bad dog.
Paul, stay with us. We're making great strides.
No. Bad dog. No bite. No play. Daddy can't play right now. Damn it, man. That's a damn dog.
That's my tacos. I'll be right back.
Friends.
Coming.
Friends, can we... I'm sorry. I have to get on my next call. Would you like to schedule again?
Thank you so much. All I wanted was the right tacos. Can't have Taco Tuesday without the tacos. Oh, thank you. Wait. Let me get your tip.
Okay, friends, I hope you'll contact me again for your second session. It's been interesting. Friends? Hello?
I think they're finally under control. Sorry about that, Doc. Doc? Denise?
I got my right order. You don't get what you don't ask for.
That sounds like something Doc Jude would tell us.
It does, doesn't it? Where is the good doc?
No idea. I came back and he was gone.
Well, that was rude. He didn't even say goodbye.
Seriously, right?
These tacos are amazing. I'm really sorry I was so harsh with you earlier. I was just having a bad day. I guess I was hangry too.
Me too, Denise. I'm sorry, just crappy day.
It's all right. Water under the bridge. What kind of writing did you say you did?
I write children's books?
Oh, do you have kids? Not that that's a prerequisite.
No, but I have dogs. My last series won an award was my 2 dogs.
Wait a second. What did you say your last name is?
Ryan?
Paul Ryan?
That's me.
Oh my goodness. You wrote the Pitch and Lala series about the toy Australian shepherds and how they had to learn to manage their emotions.
Yeah, you know the series?
I read those books to my daughter when she was little. We love those books.
Thank you, Denise.
Oh, wow, you just don't never know who you're going to meet.
What's the theme of your art show you're getting ready for?
Ah, the theme is constellations. It's called the Painted Sky series.
That sounds intriguing.
Mm.
I'd like to see a show.
Well, I would love that. My theme for my last show was the unconditional love of animals, the Painted Innocent show.
Painted Innocent show.
Mm-hmm.
At the Invisible Dog Gallery in Brooklyn?
Yep.
Denise Mitchell. Oh, wow.
Did you see it?
I did. I thought your art was incredible. So moving. I thought about those paintings for months. I could have kicked myself for not buying one.
Oh, thank you. And you still can.
I actually have been mulling around the idea of a children's series that has a celestial theme. Would you consider doing illustrations for a book?
Really?
I'd be honored.
No, I'd be honored. How could I say no to that?
Fantastic. It's time for Pitch and Lala's evening walk, but I'll leave my number in the chat.
Okay.
And we can find time to get together.
Sounds great, Paul. Here's mine. There you go.
It wasn't so bad meeting a spiritual life coach.
Yeah, he was a cool guy.
Maybe I'll keep his number just in case.
Couldn't hurt. I'll see you soon, Paul. It's been fun.
Yeah, it has. Looking forward to collaborating.
You can give those little doggies those kisses from me.
Oh, come on, you guys. Wasn't that great? That was great. Oh my goodness. Congratulations. What a great show. Woo! Come on back on, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you, oh my God, Dante, Jayce, Estrella Tamez, author, Patrick J. O'Hare, Lori Brown-Niang, Robin Carmon Marshall. Oh, wow. How amazing. I love this play. I love this piece because, first of all, I think you're also incredibly talented. But I love what it says. I love that you're handling some very and of course, everyone, come on, Tucker Salavara, give it up for Tucker. I like to refer to Tucker as the founder of the feast because were it not for this man right here, we would not be beaming to you from all to all parts of the world. Tucker's the one that sort of got the ball rolling on this. And he's the one that does all of the social media promotions on it. He does everything. Thank you, Tucker, for everything you do.
No problem.
Tucker always says no problem because it just makes me so happy because he just is amazing. Just does everything. It's brilliant. All right. What I love about this play is the fact that it is dealing with some very serious, very contemporary issues and that we're all facing, and yet it does it in a way that is very kind of and light and wonderful and it strikes such a great tone, a great balance here, and yet it has a great deal to say and a great deal of impact. So as we do always, I will start with our writer because it all begins with the word. So Estrella, let's talk about this play, shall we? What was your inspiration for this? Like, tell me how, did you have the idea to write this from the beginning? Did it come through the discussion with the company? Do tell all.
Well, I know most people don't know how your process works to pick people, but once we were all paired off into our groups, you put us into a breakout room and we all started talking. And I didn't even know what I was going to ask initially. So I just came up with whatever seemed to be on my mind that day. And I let the actors speak. And I kind of just followed the conversation, and I did ask a couple of questions, which I wish now that I remembered what I asked them. But I think it was like things that had made impacts in their lives, or things that stood out in their lives that they've never been able to forget, experiences. And from there, that's where this seed grew. And I kept trying to say, okay, Estrella, don't just lock yourself in on this one thing. Like, let's take a couple of days and see what else comes up. But I kept going back to this theme of two people going to see a life coach. And I wasn't sure how I was going to set it up, like how these people would be on the same Zoom call at the same time. And I didn't want to make it a couple. And so it just, I don't know, I let the characters, I let the actors speak to me, and then I just let the characters kind of take my writing where it was going to go. And they had some brilliant ideas, which I incorporated into it. And these actors, well, first of all, Patrick and Lori, I had known from before, from many intensives ago. So I knew their personalities very well. And I knew that they're both, their comedic timing is amazing, but they can both play serious. But I just knew that they have very strong comedic timings. I wanted to play to their strengths. And then meeting Dante, I was like, oh, he's just the perfect life coach. Like, his hair and his beard and his, you know, how articulate he is and how he speaks. And I was like, he's the person, he's going to be the vessel that gets the information out there. But the two characters are every man and every woman, right? Who not everyone is ready to hear the messages that they're given when they're given. And so I didn't want to beat the audience over the head with information and any kind of message. I wanted it to be that here's this person trying to convey these messages, but life is getting in the way of these characters listening to it. So they're just not quite ready to hear everything. But it just really, I wrote for them. I wrote for their personalities, which they just made it so easy to do.
Oh, well, it's beautiful. And you did such a wonderful job with it, because it's always this idea of, you know, there's that wonderful classic idea that when you watch a dancer doing what they do, you forget who's the dancer and what's the dance. Like, it all becomes one thing, right? You know, and to see how these elements combined together, your skills, your ideas combined with the energies of the artists, just made this. And I just want to sort of say again, this pairing was just another magical pairing. It's just the way it worked out. I have to keep saying, so I could not do a better pairing if I sat down with a piece of paper and mapped it. I would not be able to do it. It was all just, again, the magic hats. I pulled names out of hats. Okay, that's how it worked. Estrella has worked with us several times and many times, and she's just so incredibly gifted. You know, now Patrick began working with us, and Patrick recommended to us Lori and her son JP. So they were friends before any of this happened. So the fact that they got paired together, mind-blowing, okay? The fact that you, Estrella, had worked with Robin before, you knew each other, and then you got to be in her play and she got to direct your play. Come on, like, how does this happen? There are over 60 artists here. So this was not something that could just happen, you know? And Dante, first time he's working with us, I'm saving for you for last, by the way, Dante, because I always have to, you know, you got to give me you're the newbie, so you get to talk about that experience. But it's amazing how it.
Well, and Jude Grace says there are no accidents, so.
You know, if you don't believe that, it is circumstances like these, when they happen so often, that just reaffirms that there are no accidents. This work was birthed into being because of the energies that came from all of you. And it was all good energy all around. So thank you for that.
And I have to say that that for Jude Grace's character too, what I wanted to make sure to have in this story is that he's also learning something from these people, right? Because nobody is a perfect human being. So he's still learning patience, you know, all kinds of different things that he's learning from these two people that he happens to be meeting with. So I just wanted to include that there is no perfect human. So
no, sadly, truthfully, maybe for the best, there is no perfect human. And I think it's wonderful. You know, it really is a great experience, because you get to see, once again, you always judge a play, well, many things, but one of the big things is the arc of the characters. How do these characters change and grow throughout this period? And a lot of times people will say, you know, Nick, in a short play format, we can't do that. And it's hard. It's a real challenge, especially when you don't know the people you're writing for and you have, you know, it's all compressed. But you prove that that is not only possible, it is highly successful, especially when you have everybody working as they do. Wait, where did Robin go? Robin, oh, there you go. I had to talk to you. Okay, I had to talk to you next, because now we got a chance to see your wonderful play the other night. And for those of you who did not have a chance to see Downloading the other night, please make sure you watch it. You can see it on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page, and later on you will most definitely be able to see it on our website. But watch it, because again, it has such a great story and such great energy, and so well and creatively put together. Brilliant. What was it like to work on this now as a director?
First of all, working with people who already know each other and have a relationship, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that first, and then bringing in Dante to that mix, it was I mean, I look forward to the rehearsals, and it was just I mean, we had fun, and it was more like a collaboration, really. I mean, they would bring in ideas, and like right before we came on at 7:30, we were talking about Jude Grace's background, and like going back and forth which one we liked, you know, and this one was perfect, by the way. It looks really good. But I watched this show with my husband, so I turned the camera off so I could go close the door, because it was looking kind of wonky in here, trying to make it look nice in here. And he loved it. He was laughing, you know, appropriately, and just got it. And that's what you want. You know, you want people to get it and to have those aha moments. And he had an aha moment when Jude says talks about grief being praised, and he actually, like, you know, verbally, you know, agreed. That's what theater is about, you know, having taking humor and then having a soapbox just in case you need to step up on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then finding an opportunity to share that. And there were numerous times here to do that. And Estrella, you did a beautiful job with this.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Oh, I have to agree. I have to agree that, you know, again, one of the things we talked about early on and when we were discussing these plays, which is how can we find ways to reach people and get through to people? Sometimes, you know, I feel that we're in a world now where trying to reason with people, especially because we are so polarized, becomes ludicrous. Because when you are, you know, when you have something that is very real, and like when you can't even agree on, you know, day is night, night is day, doesn't make sense. When you can take a social movement, which is righteous and benefits, it will benefit not only a group, but it will benefit mankind in general. And you can twist it into being something that's negative and wrong. You can't reason with that. But we have a great opportunity as art makers to create work that will appeal to you in a way that the message gets in through humor, through personal empathy, through whatever, allows us to experience the world through your eyes. And that allows us to now take that in and suddenly maybe reevaluate how we think and how we feel, get rid of the chatter in our head and listen to what's more in here. So,
and you may not be able to change people's minds, but I think if you just give people that little nugget to think about, like maybe, just maybe, then they'll have another experience because they've already let that experience in, and then they'll have another experience. And then one day, maybe they'll say, oh my gosh, maybe how I was thinking about this wasn't serving me anymore.
Yep.
And so I really do believe that people can change if they want to, and can be aware if they want to. That incident that Denise talks about in this play about going into the convenience store and not having anyone give her eye contact actually happened to me, my mom, and my kids when we were in Arizona last year. And I just remembered that feeling that I hadn't felt in a really long time. And to be completely dismissed by somebody because of the color of your skin or your ethnicity is really, it's horrible. And but I wanted to put it in a way where it's not shoving it down people's throats. So you infuse it with some comedy, but the message is still there. And if it makes people think about it, even if they don't completely change their minds, like it's just planting a little seed.
Yeah, you got to plant those seeds, and you've got to allow, you're not going to convince everybody all at once. Running a theater company that is dedicated to celebrating the work of disabled artists, once again, people making judgments based on what they see, not what they know. You realize that it is a process that you have to cultivate and do, and it literally is one person at a time. It's how life works. We move way too fast, and we have to be a little bit more deliberate. I think it's once again, sorry, I say this ad nauseum, we have to see ourselves reflected in the people standing opposite us to realize that we need each other and we're all the same. And the differences that we all have, because that is the other big similarity that we have, is that we are all different, every one of us, that makes us so special. And it's like every person is like a new book, and it's like, oh my goodness, I'm fascinated by you, as opposed to, oh God, I don't know what you are, and I don't fear, All right, enough pontificating. Let's talk to the actors here. I have to, I'm gonna start with you, Patrick. Tell me how much, because I think this is the first time that you are doing a VPI with Laurie. Is this correct?
Yeah, it is. It is. And when it happened, Nick, when you pulled, there was like, you pulled a name out of the hat, and then the person wasn't there on the Zoom call, and you put it back, and you said Laurie Brown-Niang, and I'm like, it's happening. It's really happening. I was over the moon. I'm like, yes.
Yep. It's such a great gift, because you guys have you've already established a chemistry that just comes flying at you in this, and it worked so beautifully. And you were just there was a great natural quality to you, even though I know Patrick, you are not the character you portray, not completely.
Right,
Laurie,
right.
I know you're not the character you play completely, but you just worked so well with each other.
Thank you.
Combination of wonderful direction and also just that channeling.
Yes, excellent direction.
Yeah. So I'm so happy that you had that opportunity to.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Wonderful opportunity. We'll work with everybody.
I'm thrilled because I've had the opportunity. This is like what, your fourth VPI?
Yeah, my first one was with Estrella. The first one I ever did
See,
was Tatiana's place.
connect the dots, folks.
Yep.
It's
I think
wonderful.
this is our fifth, Patrick. I think
Yeah,
we've done
yeah,
5.
yeah, I think so.
This is our 5th VPI.
Not that I want to be on, it's hard to, it's not that I want you to compare, but can you sort of give me a little indicator based on the journey that you've had in these intensives, how this one was different or similar to the other ones?
I think this one was different in that Estrella wrote like a lot of stuff that we were all thinking. We had a very like charged discussion about inequities during our meeting and how frustrating it is, and and like Lori sharing some of what she's done and what she's experienced, and and Dante and myself and all of us. And I feel like it felt like it spoke, I feel like, to my heart on a different level than the other ones did. Like, I love performing in every single one, but this one was saying something that has been frustrating for so like a lifetime. You know what I mean? So I feel like it was tapping into that and subtly getting into it. You took the B out of subtle and just put it out there, and it was great. It was great. So it was a lot of fun. And again, like Robin said, rehearsing, I look forward to the rehearsals. It was fun. It was super fun, the rehearsals. They were great. And we'd like figure out like the little nuances and stuff. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I loved all the detail. I thought it was hilarious. It was funny. And yeah, you when you first come out, I mean, I'm sorry, when we first see you when you're trimming your damn nose hair, man, on camera, automatically that sets a tone that's like, what is going on with this one here? And then you punctuate it by going to the bathroom, and I'm sorry, you have a little bit of a prostate issue there, my friend, with
Nice.
the bathroom thing.
I'm a Foley artist now too.
Yeah, of course, and you're doing it all, but you really created a character. But then you get to see this warm, wonderful person that you are, and that is really beautiful, really beautiful. So you did amazing work, amazing job. Now, Lori, I have to tell you, I love you. I think you are amazing. I think and again, I've had this great opportunity to see you in so many different roles, and you just bring this incredible energy and enthusiasm, and everything about you, like just all these little subtleties. You are there. You are so present throughout. I know that you're wonderful, probably wonderful on stage, but what you are doing here on this little camera and this little Zoom thing, you are, you can't take your eyes off you. You're wonderful.
Thank you.
Tell me tell me your view of all of this wonderful experience.
Well, we did have a really intense discussion, and then some of it got put into the first iteration of the show, and some of it got put in that wasn't exactly like, no, I didn't quite say that. And then when we had a long piece, and then it was like Robin said, we got to get this down in 20 minutes.
I know.
So I was kind of nervous, like, I wonder what she's gonna cut. I wonder if she's gonna cut my favorite bit. Is she gonna cut my favorite bit?
I cut like 5 pages worth of stuff, but I went in,
but it was
and
masterful. The cut that you made, Estrella, was masterful, because it still got all the points across, and we still felt like complete people with whole lives and experiences that we could still bring to the table with all the points across. So I thought that was really great, because in all the other, this is my 4th one. Yeah. So the other 3, I didn't experience that whole cuts or somebody who was a playwright who was so into, oh, you don't like the way that line? How would you say it? Then I'd say it the way I said, well, say it how you would say it, So the collaboration was really important. And then once we got that, once we decided on the script version number 6, it's true. Then I was able to go, okay. And then I got to work on it. Well, it's not you. This is not you. It's parts of your story, but it's not really you. So
Yeah.
I got to chew it up some more before, and it was big fun, big fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Clearly, you could tell you were all having a good time with it because it just jumped right out you. Just jumped right out at you. And yes, Estrella, I have to commend you on the incredible editing. I mean, I remember reading the first draft and saying, this is going to be like 40 minutes long. I don't know how we're going to do it, but you really, I mean, what we like to call trimming the underbrush. You got a lot of the stuff out of it, and you made a lot of really wonderful internal cuts that preserved the integrity of what you wrote, but took out a lot of stuff that was not, I mean, not that it was bad stuff. It was good stuff, but it just wasn't as necessary. And
Right.
you created a wonderful piece here.
Well, and actually it's an act when I finally cut those things down to make it shorter, I realized, wow, this is so much better because it went faster, and a lot of the long speeches weren't necessary. I did cut two things that I got emails from Dante and Patrick, and they said, you cut my favorite lines, you have to bring them back. So I brought back their favorite lines, and I had to remember, like, okay, because everything changed, I had to make sure that where I was putting them still made sense. But I mean, but these actors are just amazing. It was so fun to write for them.
Yeah, so fun and such a great piece. Now let's talk to our ace, Dante. Dante, this is your first time. You are a TV virgin, and now you've had the opportunity to work with us. Let me just first start by commending you. I think you're amazing. I love your energy. Doing the intensives it's in many ways, it's always a crapshoot. There's always a bit of anxiety when we're drawing names because, we can't guarantee how you as a group are going to interact. I will say that we are lucky that most of the time, like 99% of the time, the groups all work well together. But there's always that 1% where someone is not working well with the others, and it causes friction and tension. And under this compressed time frame, that can be deadly. But I knew that you weren't going to be that type of person, because when you came in, you just have this great vibe about you, and you just, you are also the type that, like, you're just playing this you're the life coach, perfect life coach. But I could see you doing a lot of different things. Like, you could play the edgy dude if you wanted. You can play whatever, take your pick. But you were spot on with this. So amazing work. I mean, I know that there was a lot of connecting the dots. I mean, you heard where everyone sort of knows each other or has known each other from other work. How did that feel for you? Did you feel at all that you were an outsider, a newbie? Like, I don't know who these people are. I'm curious.
Yeah, not really. I mean, first of all, thank you for having me. I was really blessed to be able to work with such a great group and with your company. I mean, some of my very good friends, Bree Klauser, Melissa Gonzalez, and Stuart Green, are all parts of this company. So I was so glad that I finally got the opportunity to work with you. And my group was amazing. I never felt like an outsider. I mean, I've done over 50 Zoom shows with several other companies. So the Zoom format in itself was not new to me, but this was an experience unlike any other. And I think that's because the connection that everybody had. And even though I didn't know anyone, at the start of it, I feel like I made really good friends now. And I feel like the stuff that we talked about, and we talked about things that, as you can see in the piece, really were personal and affected everyone. And I feel like we made those connections. And like Robin said, it was a pleasure coming to rehearsal every time, because it wasn't even like work. It was like, let's have a good time. So it was a lot of fun, and I loved it.
Music to my ears. That just makes me so happy. I am really so grateful to all of you, because this was amazing. All right. It is now 8:25. So I want to give you a few minutes to take a little break before we jump into the next show. After the next show, we're going to do a talk back, and I want to talk about, and please, if I forget or something, just remind me. I want to talk about the issues in this play, the serious issues in this play, how they were treated and how they came up. And I'd love to get your thoughts on how you feel about them. And most importantly, you know, what you feel we can do to change our stars going forward, because that's really what we wanted to try to consider in the works that we're presenting tonight. And I think this play is a perfect example of it hits all the right notes. It's really ideal. And I'm so grateful to all of you for doing it. Tucker, do you have anything to say before we wrap this up? I'm sorry.
No, really. In the next talk, could we talk a little bit how the play remind me about how we need to fight for disability rights, also because these are important things, but we have a lot more other things too.
When we do our next talk back, Tucker, I'm going to ask you to start it, and we'll begin with that. How's that?
Okay.
Perfect. All right, you guys, thank you. You can take a little break, and thank you for all your incredible work. And I want to thank all of you for coming, for joining us again this evening to allow us to share our work with you. Your time and attention is our greatest gift. So we are just so grateful to you, and we hope that you will continue to share our work with us for the next several days until, let's see, next Friday, April 1st, a week tomorrow. We've got a whole bunch we have 8 more shows for you guys. So please tune in. Tell your family, tell your friends, make sure that they all come. Oh, I knocked myself off. Make sure they all come and see our work, sharing this. It's free. And it's really what, an hour of your time, 40 minutes of your time, whatever. We want you to come in and watch it, okay? Go to our website, tvtv.org. You can check out our who we are, what we've been doing, where we've been, and where we're going. And if you really, really like us and you want to show your support in another way, you can click the little donate button at the top of the page. The donate button will allow you to donate financially to us, which is a great gift. Again, it is not necessary, but absolutely welcome, and allows you to share in a little bit deeper in your friendship and partnership with us. So thank you, and thanks to all of our wonderful artists in this wonderful play. Now tomorrow, we have another wonderful play. Surprise, surprise. You had an opportunity to see Ella Mock's directing prowess. You're going to get to see Ella's writing chops tomorrow night with their new play, Farthest Reach. So we hope you'll tune in 7:30 here, 8:30 on Facebook. Another play directed by a great director, Tamar Kummel, who worked with us last time. And I love Tamar. So we're going to get a chance to see her directing work tomorrow night. And it's a 2-hander featuring 2 incredible TV artists, very, very dear friends, and amazing, amazing artists, Pamela Sabah and Jack Sims. Farthest Reach tomorrow night, 7:30. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time and your attention. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you tomorrow night. Bye-bye.